Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Today is the big day, and we find that Neris is drunk. We're baffled, Hulkenberg going as far to call him a buffoon, asking if this is why he wanted to stay back. This doesn't seem good, as both Neris is drunk and Joanna and Barden are nowhere to be seen. Well, at least it seems that way, but I know that I have faith in them. And it's well placed, as I say they'll come. As Hulkenberg leaves to get some water, that's when she bumps into, well, Barden, who apologizes for the awkwardness of the situation. As Hulkenberg asks how they got here, Joanna tailing behind him and asks if something is wrong. Gallagher is shocked that they were here the entire time, as Joanna apologizes since she heard the Gauntlet Runner had a washroom, so she decided to freshen up a bit, seeming to have enjoyed it, as this day may be her last. Barden thanks Neris since he let them in to wash up. Neris tears up, saying, "He couldn't stand it. Her heart would bring any right-thinking man to tears. She could have ran like a thief in the night, but here she is, washing away her sins. It was too much for him to bear, so he needed a drink to get him through." By his wording, all it took was a drop to get him done. Never changed, Neris. Joanna tells us to pay him no mind, and his words eases her heart for the upcoming trials, knowing that she couldn't betray us and regress to her old vile ways. She must atone for her sins. Stroll thanks her for all this, starting to have second thoughts on the whole thing, since she decided to actually repent, as we're not icons of virtue, telling her she may explain herself freely, we cannot ask more than that, as she thanks us as she feels so much more at peace since we last spoke. The fog has cleared further, giving her clarity on what she must do, wishing us best on our quest for the throne. With everything set on our end and our hope for the best, we head to the exhibition.
Thank you all for waiting. The very first round of the Tournament for the Throne, the Exhibition of the Brave, is about to begin. Our monarchs-to-be will now present to the people the heads they seized to demonstrate their power as worthy of the throne. At a later date, when the second round is announced, the faces on the King's Rock, that is to say, the candidates with the top 20 approval ratings, will pass the first round.
20? 'Tis a great many eliminations in but one round.
I was hoping we'd at least make it through the first, but it might not be that simple.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes to the lineup of all the gorgeous faces at the judges' table, starting with His and Her Highnesses of Oceania and Montario.
Oh, it's her ladyship.
Lord Montario's here too, eh? And the armour on that fellow over there?
And of course, we have the one, the only, the people's favourite, our guest from the Sanctity, better known as the Miracle Saint, healer of all ills, presenting the lovely Lady Rella Cygnus!
Saint? Who's this? Someone fill me in. I've been literally living in a hole.
A brilliant healer. We've met, though a long time ago. Even as a student, she was already considered the kingdom's best in her field.
Looks like the crowd's on your side, milady. Can you give us a few words about what's on your mind as you take on the judge's mantle?
Well, I'm afraid you've rather got me on the spot. Hello, all. This city sure has, great seafood and, well, sea creatures. Fascinating, aren't they? So much we still don't know about them. Oh, I did hear about a legend of some monster in the eastern seas of Oceania. Imagine, the mind races. I'm hoping I can investigate those sightings while I'm here.
That's just great, Lady Rella. I'll just stop you there, clock's ticking and all that, but we're thrilled you're enjoying your stay.
Sometimes I can hardly believe you're my sister. Still not much of a public speaker, are you?
So she's a saint?
Well, she seems like a nice enough lady.
We'd better stop worrying about her and focus on ourselves. I don't see Luis anywhere, but I bet he's got eyes in the crowd.
Now, the time has come. Let the exhibition of the brave begin! First up is a respected gentleman of the church. Guido, the head of the monk soldiers of the Crown Theocracy.
I've no taste for needless killing. Therefore, I chose a mark with meat, abundant and edible. After the judging, it will be served in a banquet for the poor.
A stand-up fellow, my good people! Strength and compassion in one package! He's got the crowd on his side right from the start! Now, is there anyone who can top this?
I can.
And we have a challenger! Second in line is the church's direct opposition, the spearhead of Count Luis's supporters, Gladel the Black Ham!
One look at the head and I know what you're thinking. Bit small, isn't it? Well, I can bloody well tell you I'm not like this smarmy git who fished up his dinner. I'll tell you what this is. Behold, the head of a hideous human!
Where's your proof?
Yes, the young sod's right. How do we know that's really a human?
What drivel? Look at the thing! You think a normal beast could have a face like this?
Probably just made the damn thing yourself.
Oh, useless as ever. Did it never occur to him that the average citizen has never seen a human?
Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please. Candidate Gladel, we're very much obliged. You may step down. Now, on to the next!
The size of that thing. Is that the monster of the Eastern Sea?
Someone took the beastie down. Who did the deed?
I'd heard tell of a monster tormenting the people of this beautiful port city. I could do no less than grant them respite from their suffering. Such is the duty of those with power.
Who expected anything less? His Eminence Borden is simply in another class. Suddenly the critics have all gone quiet. All I hear is gratitude.
Borden's trophy is more impressive than I expected. How are we going to make a stronger impression than that?
It'll be fine. If he'd gone after us, the reaction would mean we'd have been written off no matter what we presented. Let's count ourselves lucky and trust in our strategy.
Now, no dirty looks, you lot. Next is the Pagan Assassin's Prize. Let's see what head we've got now. Thank you, Candidate Julian, for that helpful, exhaustive, and I think exhausting explanation. Whew. Now, we've had quite a succession up here, but our last is coming up now. This should wrap up our show. Now, if the last candidate, the Elden Boy, would please join us on the stage.
Where's their head?
Your pardon, madam, but would you happen to be the Lady of Martyra? Joanna, the Sanctoress?
Indeed. The head they've brought is mine.
The impudence! You dare offer an honored lady of the church before these judges? This is not to be borne.
I've got something to say to you too. That you chief there? Isn't that Heisme? The same damn criminal you were supposed to be chasing?
That's the infamous Heisme. The you chief of all things.
This. After we saved your hide on the road.
Silence! He may be a former knight, but now he's a heinous criminal who stooped to kidnapping. Anyone who claims themselves his ally should be disqualified on the spot.
Please, wait. I have something I must confess to you all. You speak of the kidnappings that terrorized my home Martira. I am here to confess that the true culprit behind those atrocities was me. I was the caretaker of a hideous human in the basement of my castle. And to feed it, I abducted the innocent people of my own city.
What? Absurd! Speak sense, woman!
Master Heisme is innocent in all this. He was framed for crimes performed by my hand and in my name.
And I, Barden, captain of Martira's Guard Corps, stand to vouch for all that she said.
Just so. It was this young candidate who killed that human, cleared me of the false charges, and dispelled the shadow over Martira.
Thus, here I stand. My head is his to offer.
That's... well, that's quite a turn of events! We have our head, ladies and gentlemen, and it's unlike any we've seen yet!
How is this believable? She's an imposter. She's got to be.
Of course. That, or they're putting words in the poor woman's mouth. A sanctoress would never.
What will His Eminence Favour do?
The Honourable Master Godot should know whether I and my words can be trusted.
'Tis true to the last word, isn't it?
Yes, Your Eminence. Without question.
Young candidate, you have done well to bring about her repentance. Now, justice must be rendered.
What? Right here and now? Your Eminence, a moment!
Thank you for your concern. But I have no objections. For a sinner like me, to confess the truth to the people has already been more than I deserve. O new king, it is my hope that you will rid the world of its twisted prejudices and common cruelties. Please, lead this country armed with the truth.
I will. I promise.
Well, folks, sometimes that's just how the curtain falls. If Sanctifex Forden turned in the biggest head, then our dark horse here has certainly turned in the heaviest. What an upset, ladies and gents! Who could see this coming?
Those crazy kids have done it again.
What a show!
With the incredibly heavy situation cleared up, and us somewhat mourning Joanna's death, Hulkenberg tells us that Barden has departed, believing that he aims to get to Matera before Joanna's words do. Heisme is shocked he would make this appearance like that, but Stroll thinks it was an attempt at redirection to keep the blame off him and the church, as he thinks he's not blameless in this, as his suggestion to go for Heisme led to all of this. But regardless, Joanna entrusted her final wishes to us, and we must not betray them. As it appears we did a good job and got Luis's attention, saying that they were passing on a course of a human hunt, but we gave a most distinctive showing. Luis's soldiers introduce themselves, seem we've got their attention, as Luis finds our diversity fascinating. Schroll replies that it's better to have dependable friends than familiar ones, a thing we've got in common. His Parapus retainers are silent, as Louis continues that not only did we expose a failing in the church, but we dared to bring them alive, so Forden had to do the dirty deed, which wasn't our intent, but Philo replies that it's the same idea. A real person's head gets more attention than a beast, and now everyone's got your names on their lips. Which is a truth I have to accept. Louis is happy I do, calling it all quite a feat for a no-named candidate to deftly rub Forden's face in the dirt. A wake-up call, to be sure, for people who only know the face he puts on in public. Suddenly, Juna comes up to Louise wanting to go, as she likes to show her strength as much as the next girl, but she hates violent spectacles, wanting to see the sky. He seems to agree, leaving. As Heismay is shocked at what's become of the man, saying that there was a level of eeriness when he was a lad, but never expected him to reach such heights. But by the looks of it, we have gotten his attention, especially as Juna comes to us as a messenger woman, telling us to stay in the city and he'll send a real messenger for us soon enough. But then she gets close and tells me that she'll be keeping an eye on me, leaving. The walking headache appears, wondering where Luis was, and he's gone, and we go, something I bet made him mold. We're now back at the runner. Neris asks if we're now buddy-buddy with Luis, but I can feel it may be a trap, but Schroll tells us to not get cold feet. We knew it would be dangerous from the start. Speaking of the prince, Heismay asks for his status as Galakog checked a while ago. He's still resting, but nothing new has developed. The location of the formula is unknown, but it will most definitely be hiding in secret. But it will likely be close. I liked Schroll's idea of that, saying that it's likely on the Skyrunner. It'll be hard to get in there, however, but he did say a messenger was coming, so maybe we'll find a chance, as we're left to hope we get the messenger sooner rather than later.